Hi, everyone, and welcome to Bay Sunday. I'm your host, Frank Malicote. Happy New Year, by the way. We've got another terrific show for you today. We've got a psychic, an author, a couple of artists, reality TV stars, a contest where the winner wins big by losing. Sounds kind of strange. We'll explain that. But before we get started, a reminder, we encourage you to follow us on social media. We've got some extras there, behind-the-scenes information, gadget reviews. Please like our Facebook page, subscribe on our YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and if you got an idea out there, we'd love to hear from you on those social network sites, or you can always get us at cbssf.com. All right, let's get going. Our first guest is a Bay Sunday staple, a four-time guest that, well, we can't get enough of. She's fun to chat with. They call her the Common Sense Psychic. She looks into your future while explaining the past a little bit. She's also the author of Heart of the Matter, A Journey to Wholeness, a roadmap to a more fulfilling life. Please welcome Phyllis King. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you? Or should I say, how am I?
You're doing great. I'm glad to say.
Okay, very good. Well, let's talk about how you became a psychic. I know there's skeptics out there. It's not a perfect science per se, but how did this all come about?
Well, of course, this is one of the primary stories in the book, but it was a series of events, of spontaneous events where I would know the future or things would happen that I couldn't explain and that I just put aside for a period of time and never told anybody about, just kept it to myself. And then in my late teen years, I had a friend who passed away in a car accident, and he showed up in my house looking just like a regular person. And that was enough to scare me and get my attention and say, what is this? And so from that point, I had a voracious appetite to understand what it means to me, and how I fit it into life. And so that was the beginning.
This power kind of embraced you, whether you liked it or not, and you kept kind of going, all right, that's kind of cool, but all of a sudden you said, all right, let's do it.
Well, and it's kind of like any other talent. If you're a musician or a dancer, you know, it's part of you. It's one of the things you can't get away from. So I stopped trying to get away from it.
Now, we chatted off camera, but you can turn this on and off, right? You can walk into a room and just be Phyllis King, or you can walk into a room and be the psychic, right?
Well, that was one of the things I wanted to learn. How can I do it when I want to, rather than have it happen to me and have people show up that I'm not prepared to see? So I've learned how to do that over the years.
You can just turn that switch and go, okay, I'm fine.
Well, for the most part. I mean, I use my intuition a lot, so it's on a lot, but I do pull it in so that I can just have a life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got all these voices going. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah.
You just got to...
Yeah, I sleep well.
Okay, very good. Well, what about vibes? Do you get a vibe when you meet someone immediately? Do you kind of feel like,
sure.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you get a vibe for this room? We've got a lot of people over here, too? Or
I love this room. Every time I come in here, and the people that come to the show, and of course the producer, Akila, is so fantastic. It's like you just feel like this is a great place to be. And whoever needs to see and experience whatever comes here is here. It just has that real great synchronicity.
So we're positive.
We are. You're great here.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Now, do you need to know something about someone's past to kind of give them an idea of what's going to happen in the future? Or can you just meet someone spot on and say, wow, you got a new job coming up. It's not going to go well.
Well, I don't like giving that information, but it depends on what the question is. I try to give people the answer to the question they ask. But I do get impressions about what's happening. You can kind of tell in a nutshell. Past, present, future, it's kind of all in the same. You can see where a person is going and where they've been based upon what they present.
Wow. Now, how about me?
Yeah.
You keep it positive, but I told you I was new to the area after growing up here. I've been in Boston the last 25 years. Do you get a vibe from me?
Oh, you've got a fantastic vibe. You have so much generosity of spirit. You're such a loving guy. You have a lot of accomplishments under your belt. There's a lot of ambition. There's a lot of great stuff up ahead for you. A little bumpy in some ways because you want it faster than it wants to come. So there's a little push-pull, but wonderful career stuff, wonderful relationship stuff. Nice transitions for you. It's just how are you going to fight it? Are you going to roll with it? How are you going to like these changes?
A lot of change, though.
Yeah.
I've seen it last year. I mean, 25 years at one spot, coming home, change.
Yeah.
That's all going to work out?
You're a change guy, whether you like it or not, okay?
I guess
so
I am.
I'm going to roll with it.
Well, what happens if you see something that's negative or something, you know, cataclysmic?
I want to frame it in the positive also, always, because I believe that experiences are for learning and for growing, and so I always try and frame it in a perspective that we can get something from it.
Well, let's talk about your book, The Heart of the Matter. What is the heart of the matter?
Well, Oh boy, I'll shorten it.
Okay.
The first part of the book is a story, just what you've asked me. How did I know I was psychic? All that kind of stuff. The second part of the book, people come to me for answers. It's questions. It's questions for they can get their own answers for themselves, whether it's money problems, relationship problems. It's kind of a workbook.
It really is. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to. There's exercises at the end of it, and you've kind of taken this this unique gift that you have, and have turned it into becoming, I don't want to say a life coach, but kind of helping people along the way, live a fruitful life.
Well, that's what I found to be interesting, because I needed to figure it out for myself, and I got a little bit bored with, does he love me, does he not love me, so I just wanted to go a little bit deeper for my own satisfaction.
Okay, last question. 49ers got the playoffs, Super Bowl. What do you think?
I love the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Of course, I'm going to have to root for them. Will they win? I'm not going to project anything into that would say otherwise.
But they may get there.
I think they might.
You feeling a good vibe there?
Yes.
All right. We got the economy. We could talk about a million things, but so nice to meet you, Phyllis.
And you.
Happy
Thanks.
New Year.
Same
Happy
to you.
New Year. If you'd like more information about Phyllis King or get a copy of her book, The Heart of the Matter, you can go to her website, phyllisking.net. We'll be right back. More Base Sunday right after this. Stay there.